In this video, we're going to talk about prepositions and prepositional phrases in the SAT writing. So just a reminder, prepositions are words or group of words that precede nouns or pronouns and govern their relation to another word in the sentence. Examples of that include in, on, or at. Now, prepositional phrases are phrases that begin with a preposition, a time or location word that precede a noun. They can go at the beginning of sentences followed by a comma, after the subject-verb combo, and in between both subject and verb. Now, let's give an example of a prepositional phrase. We have our simple sentence from last time. The dog eats. Now, let's add something to the end that will create a prepositional phrase. In silence. A little sad, I know, but it does give a good example of a prepositional phrase. Started by the preposition in, it gives a little bit of extra meat and context to the sentence. Now let's practice the use of these in the question below. After reading the passage, choose a phrase that fits best. By the late 20th century, the angle of the tower's tilt had reached an astonishing 5.5 degrees. In 1990, Italy's government closed the tower to visitors and appointed a committee to find a way to save it. Now, let's think about what's going on here. There's a semicolon separating two independent clauses in this larger sentence. Now, in 1990 is a prepositional phrase. We're starting with that preposition in, so we need to keep that in mind going forward. Now we know that prepositional phrase has to be followed by a comma. It cannot be followed by a colon. So that automatically lets us get rid of both D and C as potential options. Now let's talk about B. In 1990, Italy's government comma closed. Now that comma after government is unneeded. It doesn't effectively cut the sentence into both a dependent and independent clause and really just adds more clutter to everything. So our ultimate answer is going to be A, no change. We're using our knowledge of prepositional phrases and the fact that if they're at the beginning of a sentence, they're followed by a comma to get to our answer.